Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We welcome you inside Brampton's Memorial Arena, the home of the Brampton Excelsiors, as they get set for action tonight. This is the game of the week of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and presented by the JVI Sports Network. I'm Matthew Carrick, in alongside our JVI crew. Brampton hosting KW tonight. Two teams looking for their first wins of the season. Kitchener came oh so close the other night, a 5-4 loss against Oakville. 60 save performance for Marcus Medill, who gets the start for KW tonight. Down to our right, dark jerseys for KW, white with the familiar maroon and gold. A big hit off the face-off there as Phoenix Poland got into Andy Dalton. As Ryan Brooks now takes possession here for KW. It is Caleb Slinger the other way, the goaltender starting for Brampton. As Brooks has it back to the outside again. Cross floor pass into the stick of Riley Ford. Ford taken down as the shot came and bounced in front of Slinger into the corner. Big hit there is Ty Carty. Picked up. Joel Furman in the background, counting the 8 seconds to get over half. And now watching for the over and back against Logan Donnelly. Donnelly, the pass in front of the crease. And Bowie Horseman got drilled as he was releasing. And Horseman opens the scoring here for Brampton. Pass bounces off a stick and then just sneaks under the arm of Medill. As again, Brampton up 1-0 early. Bowie Horseman, a strong season so far. As here's Dalton. Out for Brent Vince, wearing number 20 tonight. Lowen Martin out to the outside. Fake there from Dalton, gets pushed outside. Pulling another whack as it comes back for Rathwell, whose shot gets through Slinger. Chris Rathwell. Just like that, evening this game up. Low shot sneaks through the 5-hole on Slinger. And we're knotted at 1. As Bo Columbus and Pullen crouch in, two of the better face-off takers in the OJLL. First touch for Andrew Horsley for Brampton, I believe, on the season. A Milton Menace forward in the Junior A hockey season. Ball down as it popped out of the stick of Kaz Nizelski. Now a big collision in behind the net. Brampton player crouching over top of it, and I believe that is Horsley, as Mark Thompson has the call. Already saw Joel Furman, now Mark Thompson. Kyle Coulter, the other official. Hallowell setting a pick on the far side. Rebound bounces back to Carty. And up for Riley DeLille. Cross center as Eric Acton takes it outside. Lucas Ferreira to Liam Keane, spinning off pressure. Back for Acton, now Ferreira again. Fakes the shot, cuts through. And Medill the save. Acton tried to push it towards the cage, got the shot and the rebound. Now gets another opportunity off the leg there of Medill. 2.5 gone in the opening period as we're knotted 1 apiece. Goals coming 25 seconds apart for Bowie Horseman and Chris Rathwell. Shot in, bounces off Slinger and rolls towards the backboards. As Dante Bowen brings it up and over center. Donnelly in the corner for Chanel. Back up top for Horseman, who opened the scoring here a few minutes ago. Ryan Harkins. Towards the outside, Adrian Chanel. Shot from Horseman, absolutely soaked there by, excuse me, I was gonna say Bo Columbus, but it's the high defender that got a piece of it, and shot clock continues to tick down. Now under 5 as the Brampton players taken down, and a late, see it on screen, 2 on the shot clock. The interference call will reset it. Rough one for KW there. Mid-season coaching change for KW as well, as GM Doug Arthur steps behind the bench with Jeff Williamson. Craig Wendy listed on our roster, but I don't believe in the building here tonight. Big step up there is shot from Shane Hallowell. Bounced high and wide. We've got Ryan Harkness, our director tonight, and Ethan Harkins down on the floor for Brampton. So apologies there for making the early mistake that I knew was coming the whole way. Here's Horseman. And Madill swung the stick at it and poked the rebound the other way. And woof, look out there. We're already dead ball, so as it rolls out the back door towards the line, no harm, no foul, but earlier than that, bouncing out of the stick into dangerous territory. Ball out of the stick of Dalton, went over and back at the hands of Liam Steele. And here's Bowen. Coming up in the first intermission, we'll talk to Brampton head coach Pat O'Toole. Spoke to him earlier in the week, and Bowen's name did come up. We asked him about how he's fitting in with this team, and big, huge size, hard-nosed defender, and can jump up in transition as we saw the last time we were in the building against Oakville. Again, that interview with Pat O'Toole coming up in the first intermission. Big hit along the far boards. Trent Robertson taking down Riley Ford. Got a couple cracks at it as now Brampton will push up and over center. Carty back for Horseman. Cuts the corner on Callum Martin, wearing the number 7. Cross floor pass for Ferreira. Chanel taken down in front of him as Horseman picks up. Horseman the pick and the roll over on the far side, and Eric Acton's shot bounced wide of the net before it went up and out of play. 6 gone in the period for Lowood Barton. Around Phoenix Pullen, takes a big slash afterwards. Hollowell will go back for Martin. Martin looking for help. Finds it for Rathwell. Whole middle of the floor opened up for Rathwell as that shot ended up off the end wall, bouncing right back into the stick of Slinger. Here's Bowen down the boards again. Columbus playing defense on him. Bowen will head off in favor of Ferreira and Harkins and the rest of the offensive unit. 10 on their shot clock, though, as Ward tried to find Liam Keane on the far side, and that pass bounces errant. Big high step for Ashton. Lankowski now coming across center. Lankowski taken into the outside boards. Andy Dalton will take over. Bit of a late developing change here for KW. Off the visitors bench, off to our right of our broadcast position. Ty Gesso to Dalton. Still no shot. Gesso lost it at the restraining line. Now faces the double team as pressure comes from Horsley and Owen Chiviello. Horseman had trouble with that as Caden Kublinskis came hustling off the bench, and Kublinskis will regain KW's possession here. Of course, KW dropping the mascot name prior to last year's season, coming out of the pandemic, as the Kitchener-Waterloo Junior Lacrosse Club, if this is your first time checking them out. Slashing call behind the play. Looks like Liam Steele, or perhaps Riley DeLille, wearing the captain's C this year, heading off. I think we just catch it on the right side of your screen. DeLille coming into the pitcher. Pow, right there. The arm of Mark Thompson goes high. So for the first time tonight, power play unit on the floor, and it goes to KW. Jesso up top for Snow. To the outside, return pass for, Jesso bounced off his stick. Gavin Snow chasing it now. But it'll be Brampton recovering. Liam Steele, who got tripped up. And it bounces right into the stick of Rathwell, who's got the C on his jersey, but Bo Columbus listed as the captain on the game sheet tonight. Here's Jesso. Now Ryan Brooks is going to take top spot as Shane Hallowell passes the far side. All five have touched it now, as Brooks get it back. Into the corner, Rathwell, the no-look pass to the cutter. And it will indeed be a 2-1 lead here for KW. Bit of a slow developing power play. And watch how KW is going to cycle here and backing off center spot. Brooks. Defense not sure where the shot's going to come from. It goes to the far side. And Kitchener-Waterloo with the lead 2-1. Off the power play goal as we near 11 minutes to play. Dalton gaining possession. Back for Kitchener-Waterloo. Spin move, Riley Ford down the far side. It'll be picked up by Ty Carty. And Carty has Horsley in behind everybody. The shot, his stick was tied up as it still tried to make the shot and ended up sailing it high out of play. Here comes Bowen. We talked about this already as that transition got on his horse and trying to shoot low there on Medill, but Bowen denied that time. We'll see that more than once tonight. You can almost count on it. How are there people on the other side wearing sweatshirts? As it often is here in Memorial, a warm evening. As Lowen Martin picks up the loose ball, tried to pass back to the crease, and falling in some discomfort was Mark Van Scheppen, who looked like he got up and went after a KW player. The bench was yelling for a penalty against Van Scheppen, but the ball goes up and out of play, and Kitchener will get it back. Here's Jesso. Out towards the half wall. Jesso's shot blocked by Pullen. Rebound still up for grabs with 13 on the shot clock. Far side for Hallowell. This one's going to bounce. Thought I was getting a souvenir tonight. Not yet, but we are right on top of the action here at Memorial. Hidden ball play here between Horseman and Chanel as Bowie Horseman, number 18, will go one-on-one over on the far side. Now cuts back in. Big collision, still has it, the shot, and the save from McGill. Back for Chanel. Down low, Ferreira. To the far side, Horseman picks it up off the boards. And finds Ferreira. His shot skips wide of the net. This is going to go for an over and back violation. And running into it is Martin. Martin all over him. It's going to be a crease violation. As Michael Billings, that is Lowen Martin. And then Trent Robertson did everything he could to slow him down and did it legally and ended up with a crease violation. Here's Ethan Harkins. Had to short follow through that ball as Kublinskis back for the Lucy over center again. Chanel. Keene shot at the shot clock coming from Harkins. And Medill will hang on again. 8.5 to go here in the first. 2-1 for KW off the power play goal by Lowen Martin. Bowen hard after the ball carrier far side. And man, Bowen and Chuvoyello have been monsters on the far side of the floor defensively here tonight. Again, two big, strong bodies. End up with a takeaway here. Logan Donnelly through Chanel. Playing back for Ferreira. Return pass for Donnelly bounces away and close to the over and back line, but not there. Now, way late in the clock, need a shot, and Horseman, all over Horseman, eventually taking him down, was the defender, allowing Michael Billings to run up and over center. Lowen Martin into attacking territory. He'll give off for Gesso. Shot wasn't there, but still.
Clock's not running.
Brampton setting up. Here's Ward. Harkins into the corner. Late in the shot clock, and Medill will make the save, and will get a penalty call. Mark Thompson had it on the delay. So penalty here to KW. Shot in on Medill. Trying to work out who's in the box. We had the clock stop for a while there as well as Medill comes to the left to make the save. Sounded like it hit off the post and now to the right to put the right pad on it. Big rebound here between Acton and Horseman. It bounces up for Eric Ward before coming back towards center. Under 7 to play in the period. Horseman with the fake shot. This one high in the rafters, bouncing off a couple of joists before coming back down into play in the stick of Bo Columbus. Columbus will circle the Brampton net now. Good look at Trent Robertson and Jacob Garcia going to work. It was a high sticking penalty against KW. That has 30 seconds left in it. Chanel behind the back pass now. Donnelly got the shot and Medill the save. Liam Keene landed in the crease and Donnelly gets the strip before Kitchener was able to run away with it. Horseman faked a shot and a pass. Now it comes to Keene on the far side, looking for Horseman on the crease. And Medill got across again, and that will do it for the Brampton power play. At the end of it, Brooks was all alone and had it bounce off the head of his stick. So still 2-1. Both teams with a power play now as KW 1 for 1. Brampton missing on their first opportunity. Slinger hanging on to that shot from Hallowell. As Bowen will pass here for Acton. We near 5 minutes left to play in the first period. Columbus, a big whack there on Donnelly as he ran by. Harkins will put the ball into the corner. Played here for Adrian Chanel. Back for Keene, trying to find Acton. The pass was tipped, and it'll be Kitchener and Bo Columbus running it over center. Columbus into the corner for Hallowell. Now Ryan Brooks. Bringing it down is Riley Ford. Hallowell, Rathwell. Back for Brooks in the corner. Walking out the shot there, and looked like that may have got through the legs of Slinger, but took a funny hop if it did, going up into the exposed wooden rafters here in Memorial. Ty Carty picks up that loose ball as Phoenix Pullen heads over center. Joel Furman had a delayed penalty, and he'll call a second one on the flyby. It's a trip against Jacob Garcia. As we've got 4 to play now in the period. Second power play for KW. Scored on their most recent one, tried to do it early here, but the corner taken away by a nice left to right move by Slinger. Bowen got stripped as KW takes over. Jesso out of the corner to Snow, who takes the floor. All 5 touch it again for Snow and Jesso. They'll work the same play coming off center. And the screen in front for Hallowell. This time it doesn't work as Hallowell has to retrieve the loose ball off the boards. Bowen hard after it and a couple big hits as Steele came over to help out at the end of the shot clock. And you can hear the bench just underneath our broadcast position in appreciation of the defensive effort. Lucas Ferreira for Harkins. Halfway through the power play now, 3 minutes to go in the period. As Ferreira puts to the far side. Donnelly for Acton. Pick coming in front of Acton, gets the shot, and Medill the save. First one in quite some time, actually, for Marcus Medill. As Dalton had to slow up for a half second, coming over center. Gavin Snow for Hollowell into the corner. Snow with it, back for Jesso. Into the corner, Rathwell. Hollowell shoots through Robertson and got it into Slinger. The rebound taken off the glass. And there's 5 seconds left in the penalty. Snow in front. How did he catch that, and how did he get the shot away? Out of the box was Garcia, as Van Scheppen was trying to find him down floor. The outlet pass hit off a KW player and went up out of play, so Brampton will get it back. Keene out towards the outside. This is Horseman. Now Chanel. Pick and roll with Ferreira. Return pass ends up on the carpet, where Kayla Martin picks it up. Under 2 to play. Pat O'Toole mentioned the building and the carpet as well, including some of his favorite memories playing in this barn coming up through the Brampton organization. That interview coming up in 1 minute and 43 seconds in our first intermission. Harkins to the outside for Acton. Shot comes from Chanel and Medill. Again, a big step to the left to play that off the arm. Rathwell off the bench. We'll send it to the corner. Brooks' shot off the arm of Slinger, and the rebound over to the corner. Pullen and Dalton meeting on that far side. Back from Martin. He got knocked down by Bowen, and man, wherever the ball is on the turf, Dante Bowen is soon to arrive on scene. And when he does, there's usually bodies on the floor. As was the case there with Andy Dalton, who sees the shot clock late in the 30 and elects to go for a change. Liam Steele right at center. Lost the ball and then ran through the Kitchener player right in front of their bench. Big reaction from KW. Game clock under the shot clock right now. Kitchener electing to hang on to their timeout, at least for now. Garcia with the strip. Picked up again. Here by Martin. It's bouncing in behind Slinger. He caught it behind his back. Here's Brampton rushing in the final 7 seconds. Slinger to the bench. As Keane facing a triple team all by himself. Keane trying to muck the ball now so Kitchener doesn't get a shot downfield, and that's exactly what happens as a 2-1 lead for Kitchener-Waterloo. Two teams here tonight looking for their first win of the season. As we said, earlier this week we sat down with the head coach of the Brampton Excelsiors, and Pat O'Toole talked about the 05 start. He talks about this building. He talks about his career and a few other things as we now present our interview with Brampton head coach Pat O'Toole. Enjoy.
I'm Pat O'Toole, head coach of the Brampton Junior A Excelsiors.
The fist bump in celebration and the hug there to Chris Veldman as the Brampton Excelsiors are on their way to the Iroquois Trophy Final.
Truth be said, we knew we had a young team coming in after graduating a bunch of guys last year. We had a bunch of guys who haven't played Junior A, and we knew it'd be a little bit of lessons learned. Our biggest thing for our team, again, we graduated 18 guys from that team. So without that condensed season, we only have 2 guys that played Junior A at this level before. So it's a lot of instruction, a lot of going over the fine points and watching game film and trying to correct our mistakes. So, we knew it'd be a bit of a challenge at the beginning of the year, but, I've had a bunch of these guys for years, and, it's going to be a little bit of time, but, we're hoping that it's, we learn quick and we get better quick. We have some alumni that have come up through the system, played ourselves at a high level, and, it was kind of just a natural progression to kind of help each other out and go to the next step. I coached the 03 age group going up, and I think from my paperweight days, I still think we have about 10 guys on this team. So to have those guys coming up through the system, I mean, they bleed maroon. So just kind of to have that going for us, and then even for myself, watching my son come up here and being part of this team too is, it's an honor for me, and to see him kind of grow as an individual too. So I got to go through the systems and play at high levels, and to see him continue on and strive and be good at it. So it's pretty exciting for me to watch him do it. I learned a lot from a lot of different peoples, and there's always stuff that you can, add. I might not have all the answers at the very beginning, but something will come up, and it's either it's happened to me or I've seen it happen throughout the years. So I just think playing all those years at in the NLL and for Brampton here and Peterborough and Six Nations, I've had a variety of players, and I've learned a lot over the years, and I just get to pass it down to these guys. I think the kids take more, or it means more to them when you can put it in context of something that's already happened, and you can reference it that way. In '98, when I came to Brampton, obviously it was huge. We had our regular season here in playoffs. We didn't move to the Powerade until the Man Cup, but I remember just coming here and being a little bit smaller floor, and we had a big tough team, and just the brutal wars were kind of what I remember the most. But I mean, for this building, for Brampton, I didn't grow up in Brampton, but when I came here, I didn't move away, and I made this my residence. But you talk about Memorial to any guy that's been Brampton, including my brother-in-law like Mike or Dan, who we talked about. They like the pride and everything in this rink, and just to have lacrosse and having the turf down year round is huge. I mean, it's these guys love this rink, and I do too, but I mean the guys that grew up here their whole life, they just love this barn, and it means a lot. And even my son growing up, like, I mean, he got his first helmet painted, and he has the Brampton Memorial on one side of it. So it means a lot to these guys to be here and to have the turf down and to strive to bring a winning team right here in Brampton. We've utilized the building. The city likes it. They are gracious enough to give us a commitment, and then they, with that commitment was a new turf, and it's got the NLL lines and the OLA lines, so it can, it has the ability to host some exhibition games for the NLL and make it just kind of a lacrosse haven here. The upgrades they've done to the building has been huge, and giving us this turf and this building for the next few years is definitely gonna, be a big asset with Brampton minor lacrosse, and even for us. The guys love being here, as I said.
The Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week is brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their #MilkUp campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. Second year of the partnership between the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Appreciate their support once again this season. And of course, as the JVI Sports Network partners with OJLL once again. Get set for period number 2. Teams have switched sides, which means Bo Columbus and the KW Junior Lacrosse Club will go left to right here in the period, working away from Marcus Medill. And Brampton controlling the face-off with Garcia. Back for Robertson, going right to left. Still away from Caleb Slinger. KW leading 2-1 after that first period. A power play goal by Lowen Martin. Here's Donnelly. No time for Horseman to get a shot, and Bowie Horseman opened the scoring in this game. When his shot snuck through Medill, kind of bounced off his arm. Bit of a funny play that Horseman didn't even really have full possession of. Chris Rathwell, the other goal scorer. Other game tonight, Whitby in Orangeville after one, a 2-1 score there as well. Here's Rathwell down floor, and Slinger. Acton in the crease, pulled it back to himself, but obviously not the goaltender, the only player who can make that play. Hard shot, Slinger will now hang on. If you're following online, they've right now showing 3-1 for KW. It is 2-2, however, for Brampton. Well, Brampton's transition play has been the story so far this season, and they're going to do it again. Couple passes, quick up, and on the doorstep as Logan Donnelly will tie this game at 2. Minute and a half into this period. Andy Dalton. Looking back up top, and Aaron pass kept alive right at the line as Kublinskis got taken down. KW wanted the interference call, but not going to get it as Ferreira. And now Liam Keane set up. Keane cuts to the net, and Medill off to the left. Dill got it returned back now to Kublinskis. And that's going to be over and back, forced by Riley DeLille, wearing the captaincy for Brampton this season. Adrian Chanel with the assist. His second of the game, in on both goals. How about the effort from Willem Firth last night in Toronto, in on 11 of the 12 Beaches goals in Game 1 of the Crombie Cup between Toronto Beaches and Mimico. Mimico winning that game 14-12. Our crew will be in Mimico on Tuesday as the Mountaineers welcome the Orangeville Northmen. Here's Riley Ford to the outside. Bounce shot there from Brett Vince. Went up and over top of Slinger, and another late shot clock interference call. Giving a fresh 30 this time to Kitchener. Vince hard after the ball. Ferreira trying to dig it out. Ferreira got stuck out there on the previous offensive play as Chuvayello takes his man hard into the boards. Kaznezowski having trouble regaining possession. Finally got it away from Liam Steele. Now Hallowell from long range off the pipe, and reaching into the crease was Rathwell, but it's going to be Steele. Called on the interference to reset the clock. That was late in the clock. That shot off the post. Few celebrations in the vicinity, but Mark Thompson said no as Mark Van Scheppen brings the ball down and goes off for a run. Had Bowen behind everybody. Elects to go to Liam Keane, fresh off the bench, and Medill there to make the save. Bowen cutting in front of Owen Tail. And now Bowen over for Chanel. Adrian Chanel works around a screen, a bit of a change-up shot that Medill sent to the far side. Chanel in on Dale, a huge hit as KW brings it back the other way. Bodies flying here inside of Memorial tonight. And Coach O'Toole talked about it. Could you imagine the major bodies beating and banging inside this small barn? I know it used to happen quite a lot. As Martin got it to the far side, and Andrew Horsley getting up slowly. Not sure if it's knee or hip or... Someone said knee on knee. Take another quick look here now that has gone up. Yeah. That's what it looks like with Rothwell. Our crew again does know horse quite well, working with the Milton Menace. As now Ward over the top, Donnelly. Hard shot off the boards. Brought down here by Kublinskis. Kublinskis finds Hollowell off the boards. He was facing 4 defenders, elected to quite smartly pull that ball out and get the offensive unit on the floor. Hollowell working the left side with Ford. Ford cuts back on Harkins and shoots and scores. What a play here on the left side of the floor. Watch the 2 men on this side working to perfection, eventually coming back for Riley Ford, who takes it to the middle and will make it 3-2 in favor of KW. Columbus, clean win off the faceoff, gonna take it all the way. And the save made by Slinger. Bo Columbus arrived on scene in force. Last year in the mini season at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. That's where our crew's gonna be tomorrow night. Oakville and St. Catharines. Should be a good matchup coming your way at 7 o'clock. Hollowell, shot there covered up by Slinger. As Dalton staring down Trent Robertson in behind the play. Meanwhile, the shot sailing wide. Liam Keane hard after Eddie Faraday. KW gets it back. Nizowski to the far side of the floor. Here's Ford. Lost it there in front of Gesso. Back to Bo Columbus. His play was nearly unstoppable at the faceoff dot. Riley DeLille all alone down floor and couldn't bring the ball down. Now dealing with Callum Martin. Not sure how he avoided the crease call, did DeLille, but no harm, no foul as Kitchener gets it back and across center. Rathwell. We'll give off here for Dalton. 7 minutes gone in this second period. 3-2 KW. led 2-1 after the first. We've had a goal per side here in this middle frame. Liam Keane finds Ward off the bench, now goes all the way outside. Adrian Chanel bouncing around. Here for Eric Acton. Outside again, Horseman. Sidearm shot and bouncing wide off the end boards. Here's Horseman tap dancing on the crease before it bounces back into the paint, where Kitchener will take off. Hallowell off the bench, cross crease pass for Rothwell. And no shot available. Ty Jesso has to climb the ladder to stop the over and back. Here's Brooks with Steele all over him. Jesso caught Steele up high, and bench wanted a call, and two officials said no. This one's gonna bounce back and over. Chanel. Ferreira in the corner for Donnelly. And Nick Thomas. Collision there, which causes the ball to go back to Brampton. Here's Donnelly. Donnelly taken down at the hands of Thomas, who felt the screen coming as well. Ethan Harkins. Harkins, give and go. Harkins will get his own rebound as well as it rolled through the crease. Ferreira for Donnelly. Horseman waiting for the screen. It arrives now. Donnelly, room opens to shoot. And Ferreira batted it towards the net after it came out of the crease. Harkins in front for the return shot. And Medill there to stop all comers. Again, we told you Medill's coming off a 60 save performance in a 5-4 loss against Oakville. Keeping Kitchener alive here tonight as well. Dalton gets the pass here from Martin. Martin and Dalton working the left side as KW think they found something, not just in net, but on the left side of the defense. Perhaps trying to keep it away from Bowen and Chuvayello, as we talked about them extensively in that first period. Acton. Far side for Chanel. Horseman got it through to Medill, who's save bounces back now for KW across center. Rathwell out to the outside. Turning the corner was Columbus. Dalton around the back. He was right on the crease. Goes all the way outside the fan to Hollowell, who takes two defenders with him. And then the cross crease shot. That nearly turned out. Not quite how they draw it up in practice. Take it from the crease to the top. And KW got a good look out of it. Fareed off his own stick, and Fareed's gonna go back after Eric Ward here, as Ward caught a KW player high. It was Kaz Nizelski who went down initially, and Nizelski was getting the first penalty. Excuse me, Brampton was getting the first penalty, but I think Fareed may go off here as well. They'll let the officials take a water break, as there was the first hit that Brampton wanted a penalty called on. Ward was upset, so he goes back at Nizelski. Ward was already going off, and then Fareed had something to say. So we await penalty calls here, and asking for the in-home to come across. So are we getting a couple here for Eric Ward, would be my guess. Nothing on the clock, so probably be offsetting as well. Again, a chance to remind you, upcoming tomorrow night from the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre, St. Catharines Athletics, the reigning Ontario champions, taking on the Oakville Buzz. Start time of 7 p.m. Be sure you subscribe to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League YouTube channel. And then Tuesday night, an 8 p.m. start from the Mimico Arena, the Drummond Bowl, as the undefeated Mountaineers welcome the Orangeville Northmen, two teams that always play each other tough. Going to be a good matchup on Tuesday night as well. As more dates are released, they'll be added to the playlist here on this channel, as well as on our social media outlets at JVI Video for the JVI Sports Network and at the OJLL, the official social media channels of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. If you're interested in supporting these broadcasts or the league itself, be sure to get in touch. Information available at those outlets. Mark Van Scheppen, I believe, they called for the in-home. I didn't realize that was a thing here in the OJLL, but going to a similar rule style. In a lot of rules, as the National Lacrosse League, Joel Furman explaining that offsetting roughing and an initial high stick will give KW their third power play of the game. They scored on their first one, but 0 for 2 since. Here's Hallowell. Steele tied up Rothwell, so Ty Gesso had to chase down the loose ball. Under 10 to go here in the shot clock. Hallowell. Low pass bounced past him and up into the KW bench. So Robertson will try and kill some time here. Ferreira will pull it out, being chased down by Dalton. Ferreira still with it, runs over the top, takes the shot, and Adil to save. Rebound. Bouncing around, ends up working to Dalton, who runs into it and looked off Ford, the first one off the bench. Briefly tapped away. Dalton will give to Rothwell here. And halfway through the power play, KW will finally get all 5 on the floor. With Gavin Snow up top. Hollowell out of the corner. Snow, they work off that center axis again. Back down into the corner. Rothwell, the no-look to Ford. And Riley Ford with a goal already in this game. Had a really good look at the tail end of that shot clock. 30 seconds left in the penalty, as Dante Bowen will go one-on-one here with Owen Dale. Bowen missed the last couple games, was at Team Ontario tryouts, so you see the one-handed cradling, the swim move there as well. Switching hands is Bowen. KW across center. Gesso, tail end of this penalty. Van Scheppen is out of the box. We go back 5-on-5. KW 1 for 3 with the man advantage tonight. Vince away from the double team, which includes Van Scheppen fresh out of the box. Rothwell, bad angle shot. Bounced in front of Slinger and then sat dormant in the crease where Steele will pick up and secure possession for Brampton. Chanel to the outside for Ferreira. He runs through a check. Played for Eric Acton, now to the far side. Brought down by Chanel again. Chanel past his man and scores! What a move for Adrian Chanel! And for the first time since the first period, this game is tied. Beautiful swim move up top from Chanel, and then the finish. Again, to tie the game at 3 if you're... Following along online scoring, that will make it 3-3. With 6:45 to play here in our second period. Game of the week. As we go back-to-back to end your week here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. KW have 2 breaking out. Kublinskis leading the pack, but no room for Dalton to get it through, so the pass for Brooks. We'll wait for the rest of the attackers to get on the floor. Jesso, one of those trailing, and Brooks kind of nonchalantly took it over to the crease and fired towards the feet of Slinger. Acton pushed out wide by Ashton Langskowski. Eric Ward, fresh out of the penalty box, will get it up top for Ethan Harkins. Harkins off the end boards, lost the jump ball there with Bo Columbus, who's headed down floor. And back for Hollowell, the shot. And Slinger's turn to come to his left and take what looked to be an open look away. Garcia, look out there, hit hard and then taken down. Ball still in his stick though as it got knocked out of his hands. And Fareed will push it in the corner. Andrew Horsley back out there. First time we've seen him since he limped off earlier in the period. As we're just outside of 5 minutes to go here in the second, Slinger held his ground off a number of fakes from Caden Kublinskis. Back the other way, Donnelly will fire off the crossbar. And here's Nizelski back the other way. Track meet starting to develop here as they'll go back to Nizelski and it pops out of his stick. Steele there to push him out towards his home bench. Halfway through the shot clock, that hit off of either Steele or DeLille before going up and out of play. So Kitchener will get a fresh 30. They take an early shot with it, and Slinger again held his ground to make the save. Here's Steele for Logan Donnelly. Donnelly to the near side. It's Keene who will get across for Ward. Pick coming from Harkins. They try to turn it into a pick and roll, but unable to find Harkins. Ward takes the shot and then got a big hit there as well as Keene will secure the rebound that came all the way out towards center. Bowie Horseman slams on the brakes. Back down to the crease looking for Keene. Hit off a defender, so Adrian Chanel back with it. In on the crease, what a save from Medill as Eric Ward took flight. Had to double clutch before doing so though, and that may have allowed Medill the time he needed to make that save. Here's Horseman. We'll shovel it into the corner for Keene. Liam Keene. Up top for Ward. To the outside now for Chanel, who turns and fires. Kitchener jogging it into attacking territory. Lowen Martin. Ford turned and fired. Looked like he had the corner, but the shot went wide. Chuvayella will shove his man off the ball, and then coming in to help out Robertson, who went right through Ty Jesso. He gets up and will head off the floor. Brooks. Under 3 to play here in period number 2. Tied at 3. As Brooks high steps and takes the shot in off Slinger. Looked like Robertson ate another high stick and goes hard after the ball carrier on the far side. That was Brett Vince, who was looking to return for Dalton. Pulling for a Hollowell. Robertson, a nice recovery to take the stick out of it. Looks like his own hands. May have bent the shaft as well. I thought it was broken, but picks it up and was allowed to play on. Doesn't cause an issue, though, as it's brought over center by Eric Acton. 2-minute warning. Neither team took a timeout in the first period, so they'll both have one for this period if they want it down the stretch, and one next. Medill reaching for it. Looked like he was still in the crease. I kind of agree with KW. As Ferreira took a slash on the goalie stick. Right at the siren, though. A third time tonight we've seen the defense take a player down right before the shot clock expires and give their opponents a fresh look. Harkins to the outside, Ferreira over top. Harkins all alone. Pick and roll to perfection. Brampton's tried it a number of times tonight, and for the first time since they opened the scoring, the Excelsiors have a lead. Keep your eye on the far side of the floor as the ball moves over here. Pick and roll works to perfection. Watch Harkins take care of his man. Roll behind the slide, and Harkins on the doorstep. That is a thing of beauty right there. Four goals from 4 different goal scorers now for the Excelsiors. Meanwhile, Lucas Ferreira has 3 assists off the 4 goals on the board. Final minute of play here. Dancing around the outside. Ward will take a hard shot off the boards, and got Kyle Coulter. Don't think the Excelsiors were going to catch up to that anyways. Here's Rathwell. KW try a pick and roll of their own on the far side, and doesn't work as off the glass. Steele chases it back towards Rathwell. Recovers his footing, dives! Oh! Look back at the official to make sure he was good. And the signal is yes. A reminder here in OJLL, you got to keep your feet out of the cylinder, and I believe that Rathwell did just that. Recovering his balance on the far side. Watch as Rathwell turns the corner and recovers. That is near textbook summer goal. Again, so hard for the official to call that cylinder call, but for Hollowell, nearly perfection to tie the game at 4, and as Kitchener secured the face-off as well, they immediately called timeout with 32 seconds left here in the period. OntarioJuniorLacrosse.com is where you can find all the stats and schedules and scores from around the league. Other game ongoing tonight is in Orangeville. The Whitby Warriors in Orangeville led 2-1 after the first, currently up 6-4 on the Whitby Warriors. 4-4 here as KW called the timeout. Kept Medill. They will keep Medill in the net. As time ticks down, we await the play. Doesn't look like Medill's going to go anywhere. 10 on the shot clock. Now 7, 2 tick difference between that and the game clock as the shot comes off the end boards, picked up by Dante Bowen. He turns and fires down floor. Here's Riley DeLille. Horn had gone and no shot for DeLille. Trying to hear the horn, the clock on the far end of the floor, but definitely heard that sound before the shot taken by the Brampton captain. What a third period we're going to have coming up here. Back-to-back close games for KW as both Kitchener-Waterloo and the Brampton Excelsiors look for their first wins of the season. Another 20 minutes left here in this one from Brampton's Memorial Arena. This is the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week presented by the JVI Sports Network and powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with that third period. The Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week is powered by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario and their #MilkUp campaign. For more information, including recipes, visit new.milk.org. Again, happy to have them on board for second year in a row. Bo Columbus tied up here with Logan Donnelly. Meanwhile, Brampton on a 2-on-0. And Jacob Garcia shot that wide. As the teams have switched sides one final time. Brooks passing to the corner. Rathwell on the run. That shot ends up and out of play. Ty Carty unable to pick up that bounce. The trapping catch gets it down to Dante Bowen, who's facing two defenders, so turns out wide. Bowie Horseman opened the scoring tonight, gave Brampton one of two leads they've had here this evening. Recently took a 4-3 lead before KW scored just before the end of the period to tie things up here 4-4. Big high step outside by Eric Acton. Now Horseman's shot off of Medill, races on for this rebound. Callum Martin gets there first, and Martin, the spin move to get back. Look out, hit coming from Horseman. Shot still made it through to Slinger, though, who makes the save and pushes the rebound up for Bowen. Bowen back for Acton. Down in front is Donnelly. He got chopped hard, and two officials have their arms high, so Brampton headed back to the power play here as Medill makes the save, and Bowen looked like he was going to have something to say to the guilty party, and unfortunately out of our camera range as Bo Columbus heads off, as does Logan Donnelly. A 5-minute cross check. We've seen a couple players hit high tonight, and I believe the officials may have had enough, as Joel Furman and Mark Thompson had a quick conversation before agreeing on a 5-minute penalty, which starts with Harkins setting it off the crossbar, and again to the left. This time on Lucas Ferreira is Marcus Medill. Double team for Dalton, that one close to the line. Joel Furman says no as Dale brings it back down. Couple really close plays in the early going here against KW. The first off the iron, next Medill going right to left. And how many times have we seen Slinger now just stand there, as he does on that occasion, to make a save? Here's Eric Acton. Takes a hard chop. Ward, Harkins. Down in the corner, Ferreira. Last one to touch it here is Horseman. Back for Ward. Round a screen from Harkins and the save from Medill. Bounces off his arm and into that big left pad. Carried up and across center. Nizelski trying to get away from Liam Steele. Will pass back up top for Andy Dalton now. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in Bo Columbus's 5-minute cross-checking major. Ball down on the carpet, played by Trent Robertson, who will send it up the far side, and Horseman, a bit of a fake pass as the flip will come from Chanel to Donnelly. Hidden ball play with Horseman, who kept it along the top. Into the corner for Keene. No shot there, so they go to Chanel. Hit off a stick and rolled wide. Horseman finds iron again. Second post in the opening 3.5 minutes for the Excelsiors in this period. Halfway through the major penalty as well, as Chanel Gets it back for Horseman. Keene. Donnelly back out there as Keene will now feed him the ball. Up for Horseman. Horseman off center. Back for Schnell. His cross crease pass was intercepted, and here's Kablinskis. Horseman raced back, forcing Caden Kablinskis to pull up, and now Ryan Brooks and the power play unit will come off the bench. Lowen Martin with Ty Cardiano. Martin sneaks back in. Garcia forces him the long way around. 5 on the shot clock is no shot here for Martin. We'll just dump it into the corner and allow KW the change, and Bo Columbus appreciates the effort. Over in the penalty box, banging his stick. Ward fakes the flip there for, Acton. Harkins taking the pass out of the corner. Here's Ward. Harkins again shoots over top, and Ferreira and Donnelly can't get there in time as Donnelly causes the crease violation. Ball intercepted cleanly by Andrew Horsley. As we near 1 minute left now in the power play. Eric Ward. Into the corner for Ferreira. Harkins. Back for Ward. Horseman. And now in the corner again. 10 on the shot clock. As it's played back for Ward. Horseman, the hard shot off the end boards. That might have hit right on the crease of the hinge of the Zamboni entrance. Bounced right to Owen Dale, who takes it up floor. And they can take a huge chunk out of the remaining 35 seconds of this penalty. Dalton trying to do just that, slowing the pace with Acton in front of him. Dale back at center, guarding against the over and back, as is Ford. They'll turn and head off the floor now with the shot clock expiring and only 14 seconds left for Brampton here on this 5-minute power play. Ferreira in the corner with Chanel. Back up top, Keene, low shot, handled from the 5-hole by Medill. Columbus out of the box and got shoved in the back by Donnelly to give Columbus the ball here, and he comes out of the box as Brampton goes 0 for 2 on power plays tonight, including a 5-minute advantage. Rathwell again towards the crease. Bounce right back for Robertson, who flips it to Ty Cardy. Cardy downfield, and Medill. Bench is saying Cardy went through the crease. May have had an argument, but Joel Furman was disagreeing the entire way. As now Harkins outside of the pile with 10 on the shot clock. Feeds it over for Liam Keene. Keene back through, nicely picked up by Kablinskis as Ferreira shoots to the far side. Nizalski and Kablinskis, two of the harder to pronounce names in the league, colliding over top of that ball and forcing the shot clock violation. Here's Dalton. No pass option available, so keeps it on the left side. Now coming back for Ty Jessa. Low pass for Brooks, who got hit hard just as his shot was arriving in on Slinger. Chuva yellow for Bowen. Acton. Pass from Chanel. Acton will play back across for Aiden Chanel, one-on-one. Chanel with Martin, and that hits the far post that time for staying out. Callum Martin taken out by Bowen, who comes back for seconds. Shane Hallowell waiting for reinforcements. They arrive in the form of Riley Ford, who passes back for Rathwell. Rathwell swim move, And a screen there from Vince, who shoots off the end boards, bounces right back to Dalton, and no time for him to get a shot away. As he did, fired off the leg of Liam Steele, though. Dante Bowen to Ferreira. Ethan Harkins. Harkins turns and fires off the shoulder there of Medill. Ashton Lankowski across center. Lowen Martin will take over here. And now Ford off the bench. Poland posturing up on Martin. Now DeLille taking over as the ball comes back up top. Hard shot off the boards will bounce up and towards that KW bench. Ten and a half to play here in regulation. Chanel pick and roll with Ferreira. The shot forced Medill to his knees. They go back high. Did its horse. It's off the end boards. Brampton calling for the back in call, and now calling for the 8-second count. Didn't get the first call they were looking for, but they will get the ball off the second. Halfway through the third period. It's Acton for Harkins. Outside Ferreira. Ferreira will turn it back for Acton. Donnelly the screen. Nick Thomas had fallen in front of him, and Donnelly was wide open with a clear path to the net, and they couldn't get the ball through. Close to another 8-second count there. On the ball as Dalton comes across center. And we do enter that halfway point of this third period. Dalton spins away from the crease with Steele still chasing him all the way outside the restraining line. Brett Vince shoots through traffic. 2 on the shot clock. Bounces back for Ford, who will posture up in front of Garcia and allow his offense to make the change in behind the play. Keene couldn't get it through Kablinskis, who will now get it across center. Kublinskis for Brooks. That shot bounced wide. As Pullen down floor, all alone was Horsley, and didn't connect with the pass, but nearly bounced behind Medill still, who was on his way to the right to defend against that long outlet. Here's Dalton. Dalton for Rathwell. Played back here for Columbus on the run. His sidearm hits the leg of Chuvayello, who stands in front of it to allow Robertson to gain possession. And now Mark Van Scheppen will come across the timeline for Donnelly. Harkins and Acton trailing the play as Donnelly goes to the crease. And in the crease, says Joel Furman as that ball crosses the line. 8 to play in regulation. Cross for Brett Vince. Had trouble with it along the boards. Vince will play back up top. Here for Lowen Martin. Stick check by Garcia, forced that one to go high. Bowen headed down floor along with Garcia. Donnelly and Ferreira out the door. The shot comes from Garcia, and it's off the pad of Medill. Nizowski for Callum Martin. Ford off the bench, trailing the play, gets possession here. Bit of a hidden ball play. Ford passes back here for Ty Gesso. His shot hit traffic in front before going through. Dante Bowen runs into the loose ball. Going to take this himself. Stops up, turns around, shoots, and Medill will hang on. back and forth for the third period. As Hollowell tries to get around Phoenix pulling. Does, but then was met by steal. Ford. Shot, rebound into the stick of Chuvo-Yellow. And Steele will take over after Hollowell popped it out. Horseman wants the pass from Steele, will get it. Halfway through the shot clock as Brampton sets up. Harkins into the corner, Ferreira will shoot over traffic. What did that hit in front? Here's Columbus. Now Ford. Ford turn outside, and we're going to go holding call here against Robertson. As a double team came after this ball and allows a bit of a breather here in the period that has been back and forth the entire way. Van Scheppen gets a piece of the ball carrier there, and then Robertson caught out of position. Gets the holding call. And the fourth power play of the game for KW. Hollowell in the corner. Back up top for Gavin Snow, who will quarterback. Ty Jesso for Rathwell. Snow off the top spot for Hollowell. His shot going back across the floor. Goes all the way, bounces at center in front of Bowen, who scores! It was just a matter of time for Dante Bowen, you got the feeling. And the bench and the men are fired up. Shot bounces off the boards, and here comes Bowen with the defender in front. That is perfectly placed from Dante Bowen. Bo Columbus winning the face-off. I've been trying to get you to shout out here, Chris Main, our director watching tonight. You'll have to consider that it, as play is already back on here. Snow down in the corner, quick stick across for Martin. Cardi. Shot clock goes on Rathwell. They're going to say Cardi never had possession, as Rathwell in front of DeLille. Bouncer there for Acton. 5-4. Excelsiors leading late here in the third period. Halfway through a power play as well for the Excelsiors. And under 5 to play in regulation. Horseman on the run, sidearm shot. Eaten there by Columbus. Bo Columbus for Hollowell. Snow slowly following. Ty Jesso motions to Snow, back for Hollowell in the corner again. Rathwell, the last to touch. Snow, here comes the play. Cross for Jesso, the series part, and a moving screen called down on the crease. And here comes Bowen again. Dante Bowen shovels it towards the net. And Medill went low, the ball went high, and it was off the end glass, as this will come at the tail end of the power play. Under 4 to go in regulation. KW 1 for 4 tonight. However, they've also given up a shorty. And it is the leading goal so far, the only one of this third period. Breakout shot from Bowen, and Acton will get another. That one might be on me, as we were talking about the drought period so far here in the third. Acton sees a gap between the two high defenders, and same spot as Bowens went in, just over top of that right pad on the stick side. Eric Acton, the fifth different scorer. Sixth different scorer, excuse me, out of the 6 goals tonight. Kublinskis for Brooks, and the rebound was about to squirt away from Slinger, but he does get a stick on it and sends it up and down floor. Liam Keane on the outside. Pass to Ferreira. Bounced out of his stick momentarily. Late in the shot clock. Here it comes. Medill will hang on. Keep your eye on Medill now to see when and if GM and head coach Doug Arthur makes the call. Ante Bowen after that loose ball. Bowen will spin off pressure and head up over center for Acton. Harkins to the corner for Ferreira. Lucas Ferreira over traffic. Harkins taken that wide. And the rebound taken out of the crease by KW, as is the goaltender, Medill. Onto the bench. Snow and Dalton. I got it, you take it up top. Now they will set up with Dalton in the middle. Snow, here comes the shot, and it looked like it was wide. Off the end boards, and Rathwell can't control it at center. The shot clock does sound, and Medill gets back, and I believe we're getting a delay a game call, as it was right in front of the KW bench, and did they stand over top of it? Bit tough for our cameras to grab that spot right underneath of us, and someone stood over it as they were making a change. So if KW is going to come back for their first win, they'll have to do it shorthanded. Harkins up top for Ward. Now to the outside, Horseman, Ward, and Harkins again. Horseman, Ward, Harkins. Return for Horseman, bounced away for Ward. They go to the quick stick for Ferreira. First time calling that name on the set, and Dale overruns it. Ethan Harkins there with the loose ball. Coming down to the last minute. Brampton slows things down. No need to hurry, but you feel if they put one in here, it could ice it. Harkins and Ward playing catch up top. Ward with Horseman on his left. Donnelly to set a screen. It doesn't come. They try the quick stick again for Ferreira, and again it was high off the glass. Scrummed, and both teams have a timeout. Doug Arthur's trying to call it off to our right, and he will with 40 seconds left in the third and 59 remaining in the power play. A reminder that we're back live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. Oakville Buzz welcoming the Ontario champions, the St. Catharines Athletics. 7 p.m. start time, and then Tuesday night, the undefeated Mimico Mountaineers welcoming the Orangeville Northmen to the Drummond Street Bowl. That and 8 p.m. start time, all of it right here on the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League's YouTube channel. Be sure you're subscribed, turn on your notifications, like and share the video. You'll get more videos like it showing up in your feed. So here we go, Lowen Martin with Medill on the bench. Rathwell round the corner, takes the shot, Slinger will make the save. Big rush for the rebound, and it'll be Rathwell getting there first. Rathwell still with it. Up top is Martin. Bowen on Martin. Bowen, no one between him and the net, and there it is. Brampton surely now will get their first win of the season. And why not? One of the hardest workers on the floor all night long from either side with the last 2 goals of the game. The go-ahead and the icer for Dante Bowen. Just make sure you stay out of the crease, as that was close right at the end, but 7-4 is your score. KW will control the face-off and then slow things down right here. Will drop to 0-9, will Kitchener-Waterloo, as Brampton now 1-5. Their record, they join Six Nations, the only teams with 1 win on the season. Got to start somewhere, though. 7-4 will be your final. Again, 2 more games coming up over the next couple days, including tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern from the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, Oakville and St. Catharines. On behalf of our director, Ryan Harkness, our producer, Gary Morrison, the JVI Sports Network, and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, I'm Matthew Carrick. Our thanks to you for watching, to the Dairy Farmers of Ontario for supporting. Have a great night. We hope to talk to you tomorrow.